Welcome back. This is Sealchan, and this is my Minecraft Alpha 1.1 progressive long Let's Play. Today we are going to go over everything we've done in round 23 and look forward to what is to come in round 24. I'm happy to say that I've made some improvements in my process to make it simpler for me to track it all, and even a little more focused than it has been, which continues to be important, even in what I keep calling my late game. So, as the music plays, let's head back to Alcy, for we are also in the research phase, and I must put on my gold. Let's go. hit F5 and that's my gold. Alright, and it's the research phase at the end of round 23. Today we're going to talk about what we did in the last round and what there is to look forward to. I have my list nearby, so with plenty of awkward gaps, let me go through the list. First off is something we're going to do in round 24, which I'm very excited about. This little room is going to actually get used. In my design, this was a staircase. We're going to spiral down and we're going to dig out something of a basement, at least under a portion of the house. The reason we're going to do that is because I'm planning to implement this great little redstone circuit. This redstone circuit's going to work by opening both of these doors. To what I'm now calling the builder's workshop. Probably even put a plate out here. And when you walk on the one plate, both doors will open. It is a very simple design, and it is useful in the early versions of Minecraft where if you place a pressure plate here, this door will automatically pop open just because the plate is there. So it's really not cool. But one of my viewers, Beyond 5D, pointed out a mechanism he worked on. I think because he was tired of looking at my pathetic double doors, which I've learned to live with, but this redstone circuit is so cool for two reasons. One, it's ridiculously simple. And two, it solves this problem. It also, three, it teaches a basic feature of redstone. And at this part of the game, redstone is so simple. It has many of its most interesting features to it, but yeah, anyway, it's a lot simpler than the three-way switch. So for those who want to learn redstone, this will be a great example. Anyway, that's enough about that. Let's see. Let's take a step outside. Let's see, is there anything else to talk about here? Yeah, there is. Before I take off, I have my list in an order, but it's not necessarily convenient to traversing the world. I'm just going to come up here and happily announce that the railway is back in production. I won't walk out there, but we're going to be able to expand the railway. Our goal is to get it all the way around the mountains of Divide, all the way back to here. And when that glorious project is completed, it will definitely be our grandest project in this game. With opening up the new mine now, we have actually 2 stacks of iron. And I am tempted, heavily tempted, to go back to iron tools. But that's still to be determined. Okay, it looks like probably head to the port. Which way am I going? The wrong way. Looks like the boats are following one another. Alright, I wanted to talk about, I call the Origin Monument, which you can see pretty well from here. I want these saplings to grow as much as possible. It looks like they're growing maybe well enough. Let me just work with this. So at some point around 24, in round 23 we planted some of these saplings. Basically took the first 4 trees that grew, leveled them off at some certain point, and planted saplings on top of them. Around 24, I think we're going to probably go ahead and build a structure that I've been meaning to build around those trees. That, of course, is right there at the coordinates 0, 0. I just thought it feels like the center of the world in that sense. Although it's mountains of Divide, you could argue, are closer to the center of our active world. Anyway, that's coming up again in round 24. Let's see, what's next? Okay. Probably the biggest change that I've come up with as far as focusing the game a little bit has to do with the coastal expeditions. I've learned a lot so far from my efforts. What we're going to do is we're going to narrow down the coastal expeditions to only 1 per round. And as each exploration of a coastline is completed, we will move on to the next. So with that in mind, in round 24, unlike the round 23 where we explored just about every coastline from all 3 of our ports, round 24 we're just going to work on the left-hand coastline expedition. We walk out 2 days and stop. Now, I do have something in store after that, and when I get to it, I'll explain the adjustment a little more. Anyway, so that's what we're looking at in round 24. Our 1 coastline expedition on the left-hand coast from Elsie. All right, and that, one other thing. I've been a little negligent regarding my waterways. Right over here is Cascadia Landing, because right over there is Cascadia, just over that hill. Just like with trails, I want to do a survey and then build what I'm now calling points of interest along the way. So we're going to do that with our 2 waterways, one of which is simply the Elsie Port to Cascadia Landing waterway. So as short as this is, we're going to get in a boat and we're just going to travel the waterway, do some reflection, decide if we think there's anything we can augment, perhaps along this coastline. And that'll be it. Maybe we'll come up with nothing at all. That's a possibility. All right. Other than the deep mine, which we'll go visit next by making our way to Bellevue, that is it for Elsie. And Elsie's pretty complete, which I'm happy to say. Because if you can't finish something, and this isn't small, but if you can't finish something smaller, how can you finish something bigger? By that, I mean finish this game. I guess I could talk about that as we walk over there. I mention from time to time how this is a long game. It may feel something like a forever world because I focus on it pretty intently. And I've been playing it for a long time. I just looked. It's been 9 months. Oops. Heads up. There he is. Now you're on the run. You're more likely to head right into trouble. What was I saying about that? Let's go for it. This lava trail, besides just looking great, is such a safety corridor. I think we may have seen one hostile mob in here one time. I've got my gold on. The gold is there if I need it, but I'm trying not to use it. So I have to run for the most part, but I don't have to be killed. So I will defend myself. Anyway, might as well pop down there. Besides that scenic railway we're building from Elsie all the way around the mountains, this area is perhaps the site of our greatest challenge of them here, but if at the surface, I now want to call it the mining district instead of the mining complex. This is a deep mining district. These series of attached rooms. That's my new name. Anyway, down here in the deep mine, which we continue to work. Hello, Sparky. We were looking for diamonds. We have... Oh, I did bring them down here. We have half a stack. It's taken us a while to get that half stack. But hopefully we'll be opening up another deep mine. And with it, we'll achieve that goal of the full stack of diamonds. Yes, that's right. I haven't crafted anything out of diamonds yet. Shocking, I know. Thank you, convenient cave sound. And that will bring us very much closer to the end of our game. So, let the strip mining continue. Let's head up to the surface. Wow, there's quite a party going on. Well, I think all I had to say about the fort was that we went on the coastal expedition. We are working out the right-hand coast. We're going to take a pause on that, as I have explained earlier in this video, and we'll come back to it eventually. Alright, well, we did a lot of trail work, so maybe it'd be worth, maybe not. What a mess. That's all I can say. Oh, he saw me. How do you see me? Wow. I think maybe we're just gonna have to leave. Maybe I can try 3 fingers point. Nope. Nope. Alright, just have to, I don't know, use my bow? I guess so. I guess I could punch him now that I'm here. Just what a mess. Oh, you know, maybe it's cleared out over there. Let's give it a shot. Oh, that scared me. Let's just... see if we past all that. Oh, he fell down there. He's going to stick there. So I'll pick up some souvenirs. There's a creeper. I think I don't want to go all the way out there. Let's get somewhere a little bit closer. Alright, what have we got going on? Oh yes. That creeper defended the little trail. You know what, this isn't even that great of a spot. I finally built this trail. A path I've walked on many times between the deep mine and the Bellevue Mountains Trail. The creepers like it too, I guess. And as long as we don't get ambushed, we can stay here. Yeah. Alright, what do we got? Of course, the Bellevue Mountains Trail runs out this way to here. Mount Cabral, across the saddle, Edgewood Mountain. It comes back around this way. All the way back to the hunting blind. Let's see. We built that trail to LCD Mine connector, and we're gonna do again. It doesn't matter how short the trail is. We're gonna do a trail survey. See if there's anything we can do to amplify with points of interest anywhere along this route. You take a time and you walk slowly. You'd be surprised at what you could find. Things you've overlooked. Okay, well, I'm going to go down the list. Somewhere right around here, I believe, I built a viewpoint that gives you a top-down view of what I'm calling Sunken Lakes. So, that's the Sunken Lake viewpoint. Oh, we've got music, I guess. Let's take a walk. Maybe we'll just go and look at everything after all. Here's the jump-off point trail. We took a trail walk. We had fun with sneaking. Every time you hit a stair going up, you have to stop sneaking. And if you walk on gravel or grass while sneaking, it's silent. When you're done, all those queued up sounds just suddenly go off all at once. It's pretty fun. That finishes the jump-off point trail. Might as well walk this way. I do enjoy these trails. This makes it easy to navigate place to place. Worth the effort. There's Edgewood Mountain. There's Region E's hunting blind, which we'll come back to at the end. And since we're here, we might as well head up here. Alright, what did we do? We built a viewpoint up here called Looking Back Saddle Viewpoint. There's a view over this area, this being the saddle between Mount Cabral and Edgewood Mountain. That's part of our work on points of interest along the Edgewood Mountain Trail. We're going to add in round 24 a little sign at the top saying, "This is Edgewood Mountain." That's it. Very simple. We're also going to do a trail survey of this new trail that we built called the Heart of the Mountain Trail. Quite a view in there. We're just going to come, actually, that's what we did do, isn't it? Yeah, we did the trail survey. And we decided that at least we're going to build a wetland in here. So, we'll come back up here and we'll work on that. I think that actually takes care of almost everything. It might be convenient to walk back at this point along the trail. Actually get to see that Sunken Lakes viewpoint. Here we are. Yeah. I once thought about filling all this in with water, but that would be a big project. It might make this place look better, to be honest. I found, even though I built this viewpoint, that seeing all that gravel, it just feels industrial. Like this is a reservoir running out of water. Anyway, let's see if we can get out to the site of another build on our way back. We have a bay over here. And we're going to build a trail over there. But I don't know. I think that maybe this area might need to be part of another region. I was thinking of building this trail out this way because this is technically part of Bellevue. I think Bellevue is pretty stretched to the limits already, so Bellevue definitely got a lot of land. The trail I think I want to build in around 24 is right here. Which brings us to, I might go down there too. Place where you overlook this bay. So that is all part of the trail work we've been doing based on the Bellevue Mountains trail loop. It's been quite a series of smaller projects. Completing that will feel like quite the accomplishment. Just because of the sheer number of tasks it's generated, even if most of those tasks are pretty small. But it just goes to show you how much there is to celebrate, to enjoy, in spite of the eerie cave sounds. In the World Gen. Looks like we've got friendlies here. Alright. Let's head to Cascadia. I suppose these round review episodes where I talk about what we did in the last round and what we're going to do in the next are my substitutes for world tour videos. You get to see just about everything, even if I don't explain it all. When I'm all done with the series, maybe I'll consider doing one if it might be worth doing, because a world tour video promises to the viewer. Oh, how did you guys get in there? Oh, we have grass. A look at a world that's had some work put into it. And I think this world qualifies. I don't build on a grand scale giant buildings. In fact, I tend to want to build bigger, but find that in the end it's better if I don't. It's complicated. Maybe we should hang out on the boats. Hello, skeleton. Oops. It doesn't work, does it? Alright. Well, you know, I think I see a creeper. Is it a creeper or a zombie? Oh, now I see a spider. looks like a creeper. Oh boy. Well, let's see. Cascadia, we did a coastline expedition down the right hand. I'm just not going to be left alone, am I? We did a coastline expedition from the fort. What we're going to do is something like we're doing right now. We're going to head from Cascadia Landing out to the port on Cascadia Island. And we're going to do a waterway point of interest survey. You know, when it's light out. Aside from these very helpful reed lamps, we will see if there's anything we want to augment. Perhaps along the coastline here. That island doesn't need anything. Serves as a great place for mob spawning. And yeah, this fort is done. We're not going to do another coastal expedition here until we finish up around Alsea and around Bellevue. Then we'll come back here and finish up our work. I've made it a little bit simpler, but yeah, we'll see. Let's head back. We need to head toward Divide. Maybe those mobs have gone away. Yeah, these reed lamps are great. Have a good swim, spider. So I'll do that survey again from the fort on the island to this landing here. I'll just leave that boat there, I guess. It's one way to erase your mob troubles. Let's get in a boat. Head out a ways. The tension fall out. Then come right back. All right. Guess I could have stopped at Cascadia Landing and walked from there. Here's our railroad, which we haven't been able to work on recently due to lack of iron. Here's our temporary platform. This thing's gonna get deconstructed at some point. Yeah, we're gonna build, I don't know, whatever distance seems appropriate, and then we'll reconstruct this platform at the end. So, yep, very happy to get this going again. Over in Divide, we have, of course, our art museum. Really should add in that we need to work on the connecting trail, because I just find it awkward to walk through here. It would be nice. I'll try to remember that. Actually, just one moment. I have a notepad. Okay. I had doors. I think iron doors would look better. The creeper blew them off in a recent episode. Here's the art gallery so far. I think it's looking pretty good. I'll have to remember to try the trick of putting a torch behind the painting. Especially that one. It's dark. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that. Anyway, around 23 we built this curved gallery off of the main foyer. And I like it. It's a nice view on both sides. We're going to continue that, following the curvature of the mountain in round 24. And we actually add building a connecting trail here. And we need some local supply of wood. I'm tempted to build some kind of a tree farm. Alright. Now we're going to head up over the mountaintops here and make our way back to Region E. Dodging skeletons. And not dodging them. I don't like walking up there after running into a zombie, but let's try it again. And when I say run into a zombie, I think I literally ran into him. Oops, I didn't want to go this way. I'm going the wrong way. I should head up to the mountaintops. Should probably eat. Yeah, will in a minute. If I don't get shot again here. If we go. Alright, another big trail project, of course, is the Divide Scenic Loop Trail. Starts on the other side of that mountain. It's all the way around till it comes down to here. Thanks to the work that we finished in round 23. It is an incredibly scenic trail. I do love it. Having finished building it, then we get to pile on even more work by doing the point of interest survey, looking for opportunities to enhance the trail. Now, also on part of the Bellevue Divide Trail, which runs this way, we are to build something called the High Creek. Where is it? High Creek Pond. I don't think it's there. I think it might be up here. It's been so long since I had the idea. Yeah. That could be pretty cool, I think. A little pond, maybe a little waterfall, if it makes any kind of sense. I try to build water coming out of a mountain. This mountain is actually pretty big, and to my knowledge, not hollow. And this could produce, I suppose, a creek. Come down right here, I think. Make it work. And add a lovely waterfall to this view from above and maybe from below. So I could leave a torch here. Okay. So yeah, we finished this trail as part of the Bellevue Divide Trail system. Now it's its own very big trail. We'll be working on that. And we'll do that little pond and waterfall. Add the sound of water. And it would hopefully be a dramatic waterfall. Okay. That takes care of Divide. Let me scroll my list here. Okay, let's keep walking. It's gonna get dark. Yeah, that's everything. Let's head to Region E. I thought I would have named Region E by now, but that won't happen until the end of the next round. It'd be nice to put a real name to it. And once we name Region E, we'll actually be opening up exploration again, potentially, to yet another region. So I need to make another decision. Oops, let's go this way. Do we want to put a halt to our expansion again? Or do we want to continue perhaps to one more region? I think we can probably put a stop. I think we're going to reach our goals. And each new region that we add potentially adds a burden to our sense of completeness. All right. Well, in round 23, we established, where am I facing here? We established that Cave 2 is worthy of being turned into a full-fledged mine. Although that's what we established 2 rounds ago. This round, making that assumption, we just went mining again. And indeed, we found ourselves all the way down to the lava level. It was so much faster than the mine in Elsie. So Cave 2 is looking good. We are going to develop this region E unlike any other region we've developed, excepting Elsie. So that'll be good. We'll go on another mining expedition, of course, which I failed to write down for round 24. Okay, catch that. We built that trail. It runs all the way down to that mine. I don't want to... I might want to punch him. Do the... Okay, finally. Again, I don't want to use my sword. We built this trail, part of the mining progression, connect it to the fort here. But we are going to try to build ourselves in the mine itself as part of the mining not complex, but the mining district. An underground tree farm, just like we have in the Elsie mine and the deep mine. So, that's coming up next round. And we're also going to build a formal mining entrance, which I think means that we're going to do a little bit of digging and make a better staircase here. I'll leave it to that episode to consider. But right now it's a very deep, slow scramble down. We can certainly make it a little more comfortable. So, anyway, that's what's coming up in round round 24 for region E. All right. As the music plays, I'll say thank you for all of those who continue to watch. Whether you're here for the relaxing vibe or in it for the long haul and the story of a full game of Minecraft. Thank you for clicking play. I appreciate your time spent. And I hope you've enjoyed this look back and look ahead. Take care.